Now let's talk about your ideal client profile. This is super important, so even if you've done it before, it's worth looking at again. So what's the point in doing an ideal client profile? Don't you want to attract as many people as possible? Actually, you don't want to attract as many people as possible because those people won't be that invested in you. They won't be that excited about you. They won't value you as much as someone who's really connected with you. You don't want to be one of 20 photographers that someone's got in touch with just because they need to get a photographer booked off their list. You want to attract people who really, really love you. And to do that, you've got to know exactly who you're targeting. Plus, having an ideal client profile helps you know which things to share about yourself. If you don't know what resonates with someone, how do you know what to share with them? For example, I talk about scouts and board games on my website, which my couples love because we have it in common. There are loads of things I could talk about, but I can't include it all. This also helps when you're creating ads and content because it's so specifically aimed at your ideal client and not, clickbait generic. And they'll come to you because they will love you, because they'll see themselves in it. Having an ideal client profile means you know who you're talking to, what things to say that will resonate, how to add value because you know what's important to them, and how to connect on a deeper level with potential clients. People think just be yourself and the right people will come, which is true, but how do you know what content to create for them, which photos to show, which photos not to show? It also helps with branding, so you know what kind of style will appeal to them. It's really hard to pick based on what you like because you like lots of things. And curating images is easier because you know what your ideal client will like and you'll easily be able to cull out photos they won't love. This is great for chameleon photographers who like shooting in all styles. It also helps you target your Facebook ads really specifically too, in the targeting section. How would you know what to add in that section if you don't know what they're like as a person? It just helps you get super specific with everything in your brand and everything you do because you want them to see your brand and think, yes, this is the photographer for me. We found the one. So your ideal client can be a mixture of past clients, it can be someone you know, or it can even just be you with more money. In fact, it's most likely you because no one knows you better than you do. Most people say their ideal client is someone like a doctor or a lawyer, 25 to 35, maybe has dogs and likes traveling. But how is that a person you can imagine and connect with? It needs to be specific. It needs to be one person. So first of all, give them a name. That makes them real. And then an age, and not just an age range. And a job. This helps us define their values. So my ideal client is a vet. It means they're an animal lover and they're caring and kind. Then give them some personality and some likes and dislikes. I sometimes look at Facebook pages. I sometimes stalk people who are like my ideal client, and I look at their Facebook pages and what they follow, although I do take it with a pinch of salt because people follow all sorts of things for random reasons, like following a friend's page for support. But it can be a good start. Then think about what their favourite things are, their hobbies, things that they love. We're not looking so much for brand names as anyone can like a brand. Think about more personal things, such as what travel they enjoy and what their perfect weekend would be like and what music they love. This is great for your blogging because you'll be able to go straight to the top of Google with more unusual topics and your ideal client will be searching for these things. You can then think about what content will be valuable to them. For example, I have a Spotify playlist blog post. My ideal client Googles it, loves it, we're on the same page, and it'll put off the kind of couples who are having a wedding I won't enjoy because it's cheesy pop. I want to enjoy the wedding because I will take much better photos if I'm relaxed and having a good time, and my ideal client knows this and is looking for this. So this helps them find you, and when they do find you, continue the theme. So on your website, talk about things and share things on social that will resonate with them and click with them. Show consistency and they'll trust you. I had a client meeting once where they offered me a biscuit. I took the biscuit and they stared at me really weirdly and it all went awkward and quiet. So I did what I always do and I automatically dunked my biscuit in the tea and they cheered. They told me they gave me a biscuit to test what I'd said on my About Me page about dipping biscuits in tea, and they loved this. They loved that I shared that about myself. I could have shared anything, but this is what I shared because I knew my ideal client would do that sort of thing too. In fact, here's an email inquiry I got the other day where the couple could literally see themselves in my website copy. They say they're also silly and dorky and they live for dipping penguins in tea, just like I say on our About page. I know my ideal client and we bonded immediately and they booked. Then look at the psychology. This is super important. So what are their values? What's important to them? What are their worries about their wedding photography or their wedding day, and how can you alleviate those worries? Don't go too hard on this and make your website all about the worries and end up giving them new things to worry about. If you don't know what your ideal client is worried about, think about the things that your past clients have said to you that they were worried about on their wedding day. For example, my past clients have often said the parents can be overbearing on the wedding day and take over the photos, and also that a lot of them are divorced and it gets really awkward. So on my website, I say how good I am with parents, especially difficult ones, and I'm great at charming them and making them feel at ease. Or you can think about things that you'd be worried about if you were looking for a wedding photographer. You can even take it a step further and email or message past clients and ask what they were worried about on their wedding day, and ask them what you did to make those worries go away. Bonus, you can use this as a testimonial. So put together an ideal client profile, write it down, make them a real person, and imagine them in your head every time you do anything for your business. Do it for that one person, because remember, it will resonate so hard with that one person. And it's not actually just one person at all, because it's so specific, it will resonate with a lot of people like that.